Gaming is doomed.
Doomed, I said.
It is doomed for the AAA industry. I can end the video right here. But I won't. The AAA industry is doomed and no one can save it. Never mind, GTA 6 comes out this November. The wait is nearly over. Gaming is saved. Glory be to the almighty Dorito Pope, Jeff Keighley. What happened? It wasn't supposed to end like this. June 18th, Rockstar and Take-Two finally announced that GTA 6 will be available for pre-order on June 24th. Everyone went crazy about this announcement. Rumors of full gameplay being used for Trailer 3 started appearing online, but we wouldn't know for sure until the day came. The day arrived. People sat there waiting for the pre-orders to go live when out of the blue, Jeff Keighley himself descended from the heavens, which is a weird thing to call LA. But what do I know? I'm not a filthy Canuck. But nevertheless, he brought forth the good news to the faithful gamer and the filthy normies that GTA 6 is now available for pre-order. Then he revealed the price tag. $80 as the entry fee to this club, and $100 if you want to get the lap dance. Rockstar and Take-Two are out here calling you a broke boy if you're not willing to stop eating for a while to buy their overpriced garbage. Now that I think about it, this might actually help with America's obesity crisis. Never mind, Rockstar. But this just proves my theory you should never trust a man with a Star Wars sounding name. Listen here, Ssethzeentach, I don't care if you spend approximately $2 billion making the game or the fact that the online mode will probably be sold as a separate purchase later on. No one told you to spend that much money or take 13 years to make a sequel. You greenlit the most expensive piece of media ever made. If this game fails to meet its unrealistic expectations, not just when it launches, but with the future GTA Online plans you certainly have in the works, this industry is going to get a much needed market correction. Of course, by market correction, I mean a crash so bombastic it would look like good old Bin Laden came back from the dead and planned 9/11-2 Electric Boogaloo. It'll be like watching a Michael Bay movie. There's so much going on, I don't know where to start. I just can't look away from the beauty in its destruction. You spent so much on this game that you forgot to make a version on a disc. And he knows he doesn't have to. His audience isn't gamers. It's consumers and mindless meatbags walking around without any inner monologue. This game is going to make its money back on day one because it says GTA 6 on the cover. The public is just proving that they are the line from Men in Black.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
These people have just given up and will buy it because they want to feel happy again. People were scalping the physical version of this game on eBay, and other people were buying it up. I'll remind you, there is no physical version of this game, only download codes for a minimum of $80 with no PC version. Brother, are you Must be nice to live life that ignorantly. Hell, there's been rumors they might make a version with a disc later on, but Rockstar or Take-Two have not confirmed this. So I'm just going to assume that this is people huffing hard hype and air from the room of your average VTuber. And I don't care about people saying, oh, it's Rockstar, they never made a bad game before, or, oh, it's GTA, this is Gaming's Van Halen doing a new album and tour. Because these people live in La La Land, except they're not Ryan Gosling. They're not gonna get the girl in the end. Their prize is an empty box and a machine that doesn't love them. Remember, companies keep the same name, but they do not keep the same people. Ask BioWare fans, or ask Bungie fans, or ask Bethesda fans, or ask Obsidian fans, or ask Rocksteady fans. We're all suffering out here. Hell, I'm a Star Wars fan and a Halo fan. I haven't eaten a good meal since 2010, and the last one, it's kinda burned. It's like these people are incapable of critical thinking. Just for the record, at time of recording, Rockstar has not shown us any raw, uncut, unfiltered gameplay, and people are still buying this game up en masse. Some people are saying this won't cause a shift to $80 games since it's GTA and it's one of the only games that could realistically get away with it, but they're wrong. The moment Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft can get away with charging $80 for a standard edition, they are going to normalize it. Have you seen how much they're spending on game development these days? Or for the last 15 years? This game is going to affect the industry one way or another. And speaking of brain dead people killing my hobby, Sony. Sony must have gotten enough kills on Call of Duty because a day or two later, they dropped a tactical nuke on everyone. No more physical games or game disc starting in January of 2028 for PlayStation. People started to freak out so much after this announcement that Sony put a limit on the amount of disc drives that you can buy for that overpriced, underpowered Wi-Fi router. They're quoting changing consumer preferences as the reason for this decision, which is a funny way of saying Concord and other live service games failed so miserably and we need to make our money back right now because we are God knows how much in the hole. But what do I know? I'm no Fortune 500 CEO. But let's be real here. They're doing this to siphon more money out of the wallets of their customers and pay pigs that will buy anything so long as it has the PlayStation logo on it. If Sony could patent it, they would create a device that takes your money out of your wallet and your bank account the moment you got paid. I know everyone has made this joke in the last couple of weeks, but play does have limits. Your credit card limit. This isn't something that gets decided on a random Tuesday. This had to have been planned far in advance. Those factories right now for printing discs are being converted over to manufacture other things. But I guess Sony must have fired their internal memo people because, allegedly, Sony didn't even tell their first-party partners about this decision. This went over so well that Domino's Pizza UK ratioed them on Twitter. To be fair, Domino's Pizza does taste like a PS5 disc, but at least you can do more with that pizza than you can with your PS5. But the nukes just kept on coming! They removed 500 movies from the libraries of PlayStation owners. They're shutting down the PS3 and PS Vita digital stores in 2027. They've raised the prices for the PS5 and for PSN about a month ago. I wonder why they did that right before GTA 6 went up for pre-order. Don't think about it. Think it hurts. Then they announced they're gonna have another PS5 price hike on the horizon and revealed that they delete your account if it's been inactive for 3 years, even if you have purchased anything from the PlayStation digital store. Their CEO just sold off half to all of his stock in Sony, and after all of that, they went silent for nearly a week and came back to show off their new joystick they found in their parents' bedroom. I will say, it's nice to know the spirit of Japan has not left Sony after moving its headquarters to California, and that their PR team is willing to commit virtual Sudoku on Twitter to restore their honor. And there are PlayStation phallus holsters that are defending this shit. And, I don't want to say it, but I'm noticing a pattern with PS5 owners. So, and again, I don't want to say it, but here's your warning. If you continue to defend these actions, I'm gonna say it. And Sony is banking on you forgetting about this in 2 weeks and moving forward with it. Unfortunately, they have a point. The internet has a habit of doing this. Something happens, the internet gets their panties in the wad for a bit, and then everything calms down before the thing they were mad about gets forgotten about, and then gets quietly implemented sometime later. Looking at you, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 remastered on the PS5. I feel like Bonnie Tyler out here. I'm just holding out for a hero. I've seen a total eclipse of the heart. Gaming these days gives me a heartache. Hell, everyone's been so pissed off at Sony, they forgot that Xbox laid off nearly 5,000 people and sold off 4 separate studios a day later. Hot take? That was the correct decision. Cut the fat, tighten those budgets, and give people what they want. But Asha, if we're taking requests, can we start with canceling the Fable and Halo Combat Evolved remakes? I do not want to see what they did to my boy Johnson. The man looks like Steve Harvey.
Dead. So you're gonna just kill your pet?
Cortana looks like she takes testosterone supplements and wants to talk to my manager. That takes real talent to screw things up, 343. Oops, I mean Halo Studios. But I'll save you for another time. Okay, I'm just gonna run through a few things that happened while I was writing and editing this video. The overall takeaway I've gotten from this is that gamers get the industry they deserve. Gamers have lost all of their backbone to tell normies to stop ruining their hobby or get the hell out. GTA 6 not having a physical copy and Sony getting rid of physical altogether is a litmus test for all gamers. If you give them an inch, they will take a mile and put a flock camera in the PS6. And in case you've forgotten your history and believe that backlashes and boycotts don't work, gamers fought back against paid mods on Steam in 2015 and had the feature removed in 3 days. Gamers fought back against EA for the abysmal launch date of Battlefield 4 and sued them for knowingly putting out a broken product. Gamers fought back against loot boxes on Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA in 2017 as a progression system and had the full thing removed. Also, DICE, EA, look at me, look at me. You will never be him! You will never be him. Gamers pushed back against the always online DRM and no used games for the Xbox One in 2013, and after the pre-order numbers were so abysmal, Microsoft themselves stepped in and had Don Matrick removed as the head of Xbox. Also, a year later, they had to remove that NSA spyware from their console and bring the console price down to $400 just to catch up with the PS4. Hell, last year, gamers fought back against The Outer Worlds 2, costing $80 at launch, and the pre-orders were so low, Microsoft had to bring down the price to $70. The game still bombed. Which just proves that gamers will pal around with all kinds of weird aliens whatsoever in space, but they will not pal around with a bunch of ugly broads. Gamers fought back against Sony, shutting down the PS3 and PS Vita digital stores in 2021, and Sony got so scared that their docile audience grew a dick and told them to shove it up their ass. Gamers even fought back against the PS3 and how much it cost at launch. Sony had to put out a $300 model just to play catch up to the Red Ring of Death Xbox 360 and the can't find in stock Wii. Companies like Take-Two, Rockstar, and Sony become so complacent they don't understand it only takes one bad decision to kill a company. There's no such thing as too big to fail. If you don't fix your mistake, it's just gonna grow and grow until it creates too many fires for you to put out, and by the time you do, the entire forest is gone. And if you think that things are too big to fail, the Holy Roman Empire and the Roman Empire would like to have a word with you. Either fix your shit now, or go commit Canadian healthcare. Okay, I'm done here. I'm gonna go play a good game or prepare to see Xbox dig up my old friend and parade his corpse throughout the streets.
So, what does all this mean? Ridge Racer!